Whoa, a little too close there. Man, hello, what's up? It's your brother Swag Bro 87. Hello, fellows. And today, I'm going to be talking about a topic. It is called Rainbow Six Siege. Maybe wondering, Swag Bro, why are you talking about Rainbow Six Siege right now, dog? And I'll gladly tell you why I'm talking about Rainbow Six Siege, okay? Now, despite me being a JRPG channel, which is actually right now at this point questionable at best, I would like to say this, okay? It's shooters. Shooters, maybe wondering, shooters, they ain't really my thing, dog. I just can't shoot. It's just something I can't do. Hey, you say what it will, and there you go, hecklers. All the haters, they're gonna, what I'm gonna say about this, there you go. You'd be like, oh, it was a skill issue, that's its thing, right? But at the same time, I also disagree. Because at the same time, in Siege, you have abilities that are, used so you can, have a better advantage in the fight. I would think that if you had these abilities, that they would at least greatly, get things done. Why is it where I have to basically play team deathmatch in a game that's supposed to be a sandbox where I'm supposed to think outside the box and do these maneuverment plays when I can't? Because whenever I'm fighting these people, they're like Albert Einstein on crack. But whenever everybody else goes and shoots the other teammates, it's like they have osteoporosis and they have the mentality of a walnut. And even then, I would think the walnut would be smarter. Half these people, whenever I play against them, they'll be like, oh yes, my name is Albert Einstein. I know the periodic table over here. Durbium. And then whenever my teammates, they get to fight, and they're all like, oh, what's a controller again? And I'm like, bruh, like, that's just so stupid. But let me give you where my hecklement actually does come from. So I know this may be a personal thing for me, right? But there was this time where I was like talking to this person on the on PlayStation 4, right? Where I got my PS4 back in like 9th grade, right? And I remember I went to their party because they were trying to like hit me up or whatever. And I was like, you know what? Why not? So I went to their party. I got blasted by just everything. There was every single word. And the games that they were playing were all Siege. At the time, I didn't know what Siege was, but I looked at Siege and I was like, I really don't like this. So it's not them that really influenced, but it was kind of something that I was like, well, I mean, now I can kind of see their community is just these toxic people who will just go after people for no reason. Like, okay, that's kind of a terrible community if you ask me. And so then come my sophomore year in high school, my man NT, you know what I'm saying? Cause what's it called? I'll probably be streaming with that dude. It should be like Fed Leftovers or whatever. But me and Fed, we were he was telling me after class, he was like, yo, got this Siege game. You wanna come play it? And I was like, oh, what's it about? And then he was telling me, I was like, oh wait, it's that game. That game that got heckled by all those people simply because I thought that one of the people I was talking to was actually my friend, but in reality I just got full blasted. It was like a catfish thing, right? And then I obviously knew it was catfish, right? But the moment I went to the party chat, that's when they had blasted me with it. Whoa, gotta say that first. Now, I know this seems dummy hypocritical. I'm trying to make sure at this point, yes, I do play Fortnite, all right? That's just simple. Yes, we're geek and a nerd, right? Despite what our voice actually has to say for that. But back to the topic at hand. So I get to my house, right? I fed our animals, cleaned some of the cow buckets, for people. And I'm finally able to, sit down, right? Now, at this time, it was really hard for me to actually really play some games because, always having to tend to these animals and clean the buckets just so we can make a funding. It was always an on and off. That's why I love JRPGs so much. But point case in being that I was trying to get it back to the story. I get home, and while I'm getting home, he hits me up, tells me that we're on the game, so I go hop on the game. I played the game for a little bit. I immediately hopped off. They were like, why, Swag, bro? I'm like, bro, I just don't like the game. I just can't really seem to get the game. But the thing was, they were on Xbox, right? So every time when I would go to their Xbox party chats, whenever they would play, they would tell me to be quiet because they had to listen in Siege. So I would literally just sit there in the most quietest room in my house, and I'd just be like, well, I guess I'm just gonna go do something else. So then I go do something else. They're like, where were you? I'm like, bro, y'all were playing Siege and you told me to shut up. So like, what am I supposed to do? It wasn't just a one-off instance where I got butthurt or something like that, which didn't even happen. I was like, okay. It's multiple times. So I'm like, bro, what am I supposed to do? Aren't we supposed to be talking or something, or at least interacting somehow? So, well, that's going on. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna try to play a little more. So I played a little bit more Siege, right? And they were telling me, swag bro, get to ranked. So I went to go get to rank, right? It was at the time it was 30, right? Whenever this had happened. And whenever I made to level 30, I was like, finally, okay. I already had my op, I already had Ella, I had Dokkaebi, and I think I was probably testing out Castle for a little bit. I maybe like dabbled into Valkyrie a little bit just for cameras, because I'd watch this dude do like these plays. It's basically how to get better at Siege. And then once I made it to ranked, I was like, all right, Fed, I'm ready, man. I'm ready. I'm ready to go work some kids. Whoa. But I was ready to, hammer down, tell them stop, hammer time, go. Bro, I was hyped. All right, I was hyped. I was ecstatic. But then, fellas. Then Ubisoft said, oh, you like Rayman and all that? Yeah. You like Watch Dogs and all that? Yeah. You like Rayman Origins? Yeah. Get to the point. We gonna level that thing up to 50. I said 50? Nani? Like, what? 50? Why would you do that? I already hate the game. Why do I want to play more of the game? And then they're all like, oh, well, you seem you kind of like the game. I'm like, no, I am literally sheer willpowering this thing more harder than Xenoblade Chronicles 3 to get to the end. But by the way, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, during the chapter 5, you all know what I'm talking about. That's mine, Noah. Pretty peak. Pacha says, when the sun hit just right. Dang. But, like, that's what I'm saying. It was so annoying. So now I'm like, bruh, I don't want to play anymore. So, like, I left, right? And then, high school, whatever, ended and stuff. And by the time I made it to 50, near my junior year, everybody wants to be like, oh, Swag, we don't want to play the game no more. We don't want to play the game. What? Your treachery that you went through? All your Albert Einsteins and the moments that you wanted to cry tonight because you knew that you just wanted to impress your friends? And now look, that's why you don't impress your friends, chat. I'm sad, bro. Chad, I was sad. My fellows, I was sad. I was very upset whenever my friends had told me that they had stopped playing Siege. When I heard that they stopped playing Siege, that was the moment that I heard my heart shatter and break, because I realized that all the hard work that I put in, all the efforts and all the stuff that I did was all for naught. I was very sad. I questioned it. I had the steak knife. I was ready, but then they were playing. And I said, this was like, I think a few months or so, because they mainly would play. Like, they had started playing more again. I was like, I'm still not going to play. And then they would be like, please. I'm like, no, bro, I'm doing some college work. No, please. And I'm like, you know what? No, bro. And be like, bro, please get on Siege, bro, please. And I'm like, fine. Man. Like, I'm sorry, God. But I just came from church. But like, geez, man, it made me so mad. Because I'm like, bro, I don't want to play this game no more. Like, this is a Fortnite, you know what I mean? You get your emotes, your thing. It's something that you do. But like, with Siege, it's just, you kind of got to defend, attack, find the diffuser, defend the diffuser, plant the bomb for the attack, get in, either beat the guys and win, or plant the bomb, wait for the time to end, and then you win. Or for defense, it's just set up the traps, defend the bomb, wait for the people to come in and either end them so you can win, or wait until the timer runs out so they can't even plant the diffuser. And I know that's like, Swag, bro, what are you talking about? Some stale gameplay, bro. You play some JRPGs. You literally played Persona 3 and you went to the Nomad Society and you literally decided to do all that and just grind it up to level 90 so that way you could face the final boss. And I'm like, yes, I did. Yes, I did. All right. And yes, I also was that dude that would sit there and play Battle of Z, Dragon Ball Z Battle of Z. I double S ranked that thing. So I have some patience when it comes down to these games. But man, shooters, it's just out the window, bro. Like, shut out, right? It's just, it doesn't make any sense. And so I'm looking at my cane and I'm like, Mysterious, why does it have to be this way? Why does it have to be this way, man? Why can't we just simply enjoy a game and just have fun, right? Why do they have to be some sweaty, toxic country hillbilly boys? You know what I'm saying? Hillbilly boys. I'm like, bro, you ain't some hillbilly boys. You're just some regular old boys. You're some.
Well, actually, it's, this. Well, you use Valkyrie's nitro cell, you can use it.
I'm like, bro, I ain't trying to get full analytical. You realize these are shades, not nerdy glasses. But it's kind of hypocritical, isn't it? It is very hypocritical. I mean, I don't know. I don't even know. I'm simply just trying to throw out an opinion. I don't care whoever looks at this. I just need to know. It better be Ubisoft. Now, Ubisoft, listen to me. Listen to me. You better be lucky my friend was persistent in trying to make a guy who hates shooters. Mostly because, our mom was like, oh, you can't have shooters, the M-rated games. Yeah, I was that kid, right? So I had to find some like teen games and lower. So, it was. But I will tell you this. I will tell you this right here. I will tell you this. So, after years and years, right, of me heckling the game, right, I finally said, you know what? I'm gonna play a little bit more, right? I probably only played like a few here and there. I still had the same opinion about the Albert Einstein stuff. And I was not a big fan of it, right? And not really even now, right? So you can go check my stats. We're not good at shooters. That's kind of the thing. So like I said, you can basically clown on me the entire time in the comments and be like, skill issue, skill issue, skill issue. And hey, that's fine. Hey, that's fine. I just want to let you know that it's kind of hard to really kind of say skill issue whenever, someone is actually trying. When he makes it to level 61 and does his best to literally make these shots. And another thing is that the game also relies on abilities. So you would think the abilities would also at least kind of counterattack your lack of aim. Do you know what I'm saying? It kind of puts this imbalance of, well, even if you're not good at really, being able to shoot, at least you could be tactful or whatever, like at least you could be good with your tactics, like at least, smarter, not harder. It's kind of hard to really think like that. Also, another thing that I would say that I guess I would like about the game. Now, don't be speaking this like this is gospel, like me saying I like the game, all right? But I do like that it's a sandbox. I do like the fact that you can actually shoot through terrain and you're able to shoot under and above and all that stuff, okay? Because not a lot of other games do that, which really threw me off whenever I was sitting there like, how did I get shot through the wall? Is he glitching? And then they were like, no, it's a sandbox. So, like in a sandbox, how you have like infinity, like what you could really do, build a sandcastle, build a hill, and then build a hill because all you know is how to build hills with some dudes and been in the hills with some dudes. And then the harmonica starts to play. I'm like, yeah. And they're like, yeah, it's like that. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. So I kept playing more and more and more Siege pretty recently, mostly because I guess I would think, you know what? For my friend. Yeah, and if he's watching this, you heard it. Yeah, I played it because of you. Otherwise, I would not have played that game. I would not touch that game. I would have still left it to be, all right? But I guess I could say the only reason why I did it was not also aside from him. Another man. You may be wondering who I'm talking about. I think you all know. The popular rising dude on Twitch. The guy who worked for all those years and stuff. When I heard from my friend that Siege was about to be dead, I was happy. I was like, yes. Finally, this stage 5 debacle that is on this world right now can finally be put to rest. I can finally go to sleep well knowing that Tom Clancy will not be able to write this book. I was finally happy. I was like, yes, thank you, God. Thank you, Lord. I've been praying for this day. I've been sitting at the church in the pews, praying on this downfall. And it was happening. It was happening, chat. Fellows, it was happening. And I was ecstatic. It was in ecstasy. But then, there was a man. There was a man. Mr. Stuart Little. Mr. Golf Course Man. Mr. Fettuccine Zamboli with a Philip on a honey bun with a side of Raz Crackers decided to say, Graham. I said, what? He said, Graham. I said, good, what? He said, Graham. I said, oh no. Who are you? He said, I'm jynxzi. I said, who's a jynxzi? He said, I'm the Stewart, baby. Now you need to learn it right here. Siege is gonna stay. I said, no, Siege's gotta leave. I was telling that to my man jynxzi, bro. I was telling jynxzi, I was like, bro, this game's gotta go. This game is butt cheeks, all right? Swag bro versus jynxzi, I'm losing every time, all right? But I said, man, this game reeks of debauchery. He said,
LeBronzo, I don't know about that.
but Lorenzo, I think you're a copper. You're a copper. I said, yeah, I'm a copper. And no, I can't control noises behind me. I'm sorry about that. But I was saying this. I said, bro, don't revive this game. He said, watch me. Watch me. I said, dang it, dude. So the game's back. The game is revived. And now there's more characters. All right. I know Jack Adilly nor Squat. But I said, you know what, jynxzi? You seem interesting. I'm gonna watch you. So I watched more of his stuff. And the more I watched him, the more I started to understand more of these operators. So for me basically saying, I think that's to do with the crossbow, to being like, oh, that's Capital who can shoot the smoke and the fire. And I actually look at myself now that I know that all these siege operators, and I have to sit there and be like, man, my past self would absolutely end my life. My lawyers, my non-existent lawyers would be like, Swag Bro, why did you end Swag Bro? And he'd be like, because he started to play more of Siege. And I was like, yeah, I know. But jynxzi made it a little bit more interesting, in my opinion. Mostly because of probably his robust personality, but mostly because of the fact that it seemed a little bit more interesting whenever he would play it. But when I would play it, it was the worst thing known to man, all right? So I'm like, what can I really do in order to be not like the top G or something, right? Right? Okay, I ain't trying to do that, right? I ain't trying to prestige, but I will say, I guess, let's give it another shot, you know? So I gave it another shot. And my opinion varies because my man, let's just say, my friends, let's just say whenever they play Siege, there's a new beast that unlocks within them. A beast that I've never seen in my entire life. Words that I thought never existed whenever they spoke. Siege draws a new level of anger in people. And I've seen it firsthand. He's told me that he says some stuff that he wouldn't even want to say to me. I said, dang. So with that being said, you can kind of see my conflict between Siege. I'm trying to see if I can make this clear. If you want me to kind of explain where I really can, but in like comments and whatnot. But look, okay, a dude who doesn't play shooters, right? Got heckled, got all of this, just everything, right? But then on the other side, you start seeing other people playing the game, enjoying the game, and it seems a little bit more fun. But like, again, with the conflict of your friends and the conflict of the people, you know, wanting to see the gameplay, you can kind of see like this mash of like magnets trying to stick together because you can't stick magnets together. It just doesn't exist because their forces, they don't connect. It's like two opposite forces. My science teacher would be proud of me right now. She'd be like, wow, so where was this whenever you were in school? I said it's because I pretty much just wanted to leave and go home and play my video games. Like, that's all I really want to do. Like, just simply sit in my small home, eat food, and play games. And that's pretty much it. That's just the American dream. Sadly, that's going to be American reality in a bit. But I will tell you this right here. What are my final thoughts about the game? The more that I kept playing it and the more that, you know, we got to hear. So if you keep up with my Siege tracker, we recently lost. It was a very tough game because I was smoke and I threw my smoke down the hallway. I think we were in Lair, right? We were down in the basements where the doctors' needles and stuff were. Like, you know, legions and stuff. We were down there. I threw it to the left and I smoked it. That was my worst mistake. The reason why is because I could have had another smoke and I could have threw it down the hallway. Also, to the man named King, I think his name is King Arthur. If you ever watched this and you called me the G word that I can't say on this recording, I will let you know this. That's why you got sat down, all right? And just because you scanned me on that one scanner and then you shot me through the walls of that barricade, all right? Don't think that you're hot because you're yin. You weren't hot. You were a little bitty boy who was a steel driving man. That wasn't you, Chief. You got sat down by another king. It was like King Scott. So again, I don't want to hear it. All right? Bro was speaking a lot. He's speaking a lot of lip balm, all right? Somebody kind of need. But man, he was speaking a lot. And I was like, man, I don't need you to be speaking. Speaking a lot of spookily dookily. A lot of stupid stuff. I'm getting off sidetrack, bro. But all in all, for my overall opinion of the game, fellows, keep it between us, all right? It's all right. All right. There are some days where it can be fun. I know it sounds crazy, and my past self, again, would massacre me. I would literally basically end my whole entire existence back in the day if my past self had heard my future self say that it was okay. My past self would also end my existence if he had heard that I actually liked Persona 3. He would have ended myself that way too. I'm serious. Speaking of which, just a little quick side pointer, a little off topic for that Persona 3 thing. But did you know that at first, that original opinion that I had, that was actually my past opinion? That was like whenever I was like in 9th grade, whenever I first played Persona 3 after P5. That's actually how I felt from other people from when they played the game, right? That's actually how I felt. But then my current self, you know. But overall, like I said, the game can be all right. Sometimes it can be understandable, and then other times it can't be. But I will tell you this, all right? The game can be fine. It could even, hey, I'll say right here, it can be fun. But I need y'all to stop treating it like it's some Jesus Christ gospel that is just this holy grailed game that has no wrongs or anything whatsoever. Because I see what y'all say, and it is annoying. I have some tolerance, but there's only so much tolerance, all right? For two things, for my YouTube short that I made. One, this is not a voice modifier. This is actually my voice. I know, it's crazy. And I've had this since I was a kid, and it's been kind of really treacherous to have a deep voice. All right, I will tell you that. Two, no, this game is not some poetic Shakespeare gospel. All right, it's just Siege. It's just a game of a sandbox where the main objective for, both your sides of attack and defense is just to defend or, provoke the bomb, to put a diffuser down, to then set it. It's nothing deep. It's just a simplistic game. Like, golly. This one dude was like, yeah, you may not have liked Siege and your friend may have forced you, but can't you just feel the adrenaline rush? The sheer forceability whenever you have Castle's shotgun and you're ready to go behind his wall once he breached it down. Or Valkyrie whenever you find those good camera spots that you throw within the wall. Or maybe when Dokkaebi, when she wants to annoy you with her phone that you never really had to figure out because, that's my Dokkaebi lady, you know what I mean? But then once you get hit with it, you realize exactly why people hate you. And so, you can just feel the sheer force, the love, the profound provocative of Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege. Oh my goodness, give me that hot dog glizzy. And I'm like, bro, first off, ayo. Secondly, you need to chill out. All right, that is doing way too much. Like, I need you're up here. I need you to turn down here. You gotta be like Michael Jackson and tell him to cool it now. You gotta slow it. It's too much. It's way too much. Just like the hot dogs that you're eating. It's too much. All right, put some raw onions on that thing. Some raw onions. And ketchup, easy, chili, and Kobe Jack cheese. That's a good combination right there, Mike. And we ain't even Australian, we're Texian, you know what I'm saying? Yeehaw, no, we don't have horses. We sadly don't have horses. But what we do have is a glaring light in my face. My Lord, the sun is beaming down on me. I think it's the Lord telling me to go to my grandparents' house in a bit. But like I said, all in all, overall, like Mario with his pants, the game is fine. The game is fine. It's good, right? It's got a decent community. It's can be really toxic at quite a bit of times, but there's also really good people at the same time, and you can have really good fun conversation. While if you earlier I talked to some dudes. They were pretty fun to talk to, and they were really good for that. So all I can really say is enjoy what you like. But just make sure that you got to know when a game has flaws, because as someone who loves, the Persona series and, other JRPGs, I do understand their flaws and like some stories or gameplay elements. You got to realize that it's not full gospel. All right. Sometimes a game is just bad and it's bad. All right. And that's fine. It's understandable. But guess what? Like The Incredibles, when you can make like that one sentence, like that Gaming Magic 6 or whatever his name was. It's like they said, it's just one slight bad point that you can point, but then the rest is just pure, a magnum opus. But that's all I really have today. I would say that if you want to talk more, I have a Discord, and I will link it in the description down below. And with that being said, this is Swag Birdie 7, looking at his piano through his shades, questioning where his eyeballs are, and telling you to beware, and like Charlie 5, take care.